right, so we'll give folks about 1 more minute to join, and then we will get started because I know this is y'all's only day out of class or having a break from class. And so I don't want to take too much of that time. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to share time and space, virtual space, safely with y'all. And yeah, I'm excited for today and for us to start this journey together overall. And so if you're having trouble like hearing me or seeing my screen, please, please, please let me know. I have the chat open and I should be good with Zoom by now, but there we go. And two, I'm glad everybody is like on mute and just so polite, but I really, really hope that y'all will become a little bit active throughout the presentation. Because there will be some opportunities for y'all to jump in. So it is 10:05, and I'm gonna go ahead and get us started. So my name is Jamesia Terry, and I work with College Aim as the program manager for post-secondary success. And so basically what that means is that I'm here to support you on your journey through college. So starting now all the way until you walk the stage to graduation. So I'm going to still be letting people in. Okay, cool. And I joined the College Aim team last summer, and it doesn't even feel like it's been that long, but I've been on board and been able to work with two different cohorts of students. But y'all are the first group that I get to work with from this point all the way, fingers crossed, until you graduate. And so I'm really excited to start this journey with y'all. I really want to be intentional about all of the programming pieces that we are building together, because it's not just me giving y'all something, it's us creating something together so that y'all are having a great experience. I'm learning just as much from y'all, and the people, the students that are going to come behind y'all, they will have this remarkable blueprint that y'all have set together. So I'm excited to start this journey. And so I'll get more into what the Collegian's program is, like the breakdown of it. But one of the big components of the Collegian's program is College 101. So dialing it back a little bit, the Collegian's program is for our students who have been accepted and are planning to enroll in a 2-year or 4-year university or college or technical college, or even some type of gap year programming. It's on your mind that like, yup, I want to go to college. Yup, college is for me. And I want the support to make that happen, to make sure that, I'm successful, dotting my I's and crossing all my T's. And so College 101 is our piece of the Collegian's programming that talks about the transition from high school through to college. And so you've worked with Mr. A and you've worked with Dr. Sheffield on your application pieces, doing your FAFSA, talking with your parents about all the money things and all the paperwork. And you're probably just like, oh my gosh, I'm just ready to get this acceptance, go and get all of that behind me. And being invited to College 101, you're at that point where you're like, okay, you can put a lot of that like paperwork stuff behind you. Granted, there is still some things to do, but you've done a big, big part of the hard part, which is getting into college. And what we pride ourselves on here at College Aim is being able to individually work with you all, then adding this collective component so that y'all have that peer-to-peer connection. Y'all can also help each other through this process, because college isn't easy. I was a first generation college student. Well, me and my mom, we went through college at the same time, and it was wild. It was really wild. And so at College Aim, we want to make sure that y'all never, one, feel alone, and two, that you always feel like you have somewhere to go. And so College 101 will be our monthly series that we'll be hosting sessions on every, the third Wednesday of each month. So I have all of y'all's email addresses and your phone numbers. And if for some reason you're not getting any communication, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So we'll get started. Our first College 101 session. Oh, wait. Let's see. All right, perfect. So today is going to be a little bit of a light day. We'll do some basic introductions. Well, I'll give y'all a choice on how y'all want to do introductions. We'll talk about the Collegian's program. Then I want us to do this activity with group agreements because, like I said, we'll be meeting in this group setting. For monthly, but then we'll also, myself and you all individually, will also be meeting with each other. And so when we talk about group agreements, it's how we will all function in this space, as well as what will function myself and you on an individual level. So to kind of help me figure out what is it that you're expecting from me and what is it that you're expecting from the College Aim program. That's very important to us. Then we'll talk about a little bit of what you already know and what you want to know. Because if you already know, like, all the things that you need to do, then maybe I need to create like a little separate track for you, or we need to be talking to the side, or maybe there's some things that have been on my mind that you've never thought about. And so I want us to make sure that the information and everything that we're talking about is useful to you. Then we'll talk about communication. So that's huge. That's huge. I feel like my job, I'm basically like a call center over here. And so I have all the screens, phones, chargers, everything. And I'm always talking to people. And so we'll talk about what are the best ways to communicate. And I also want to know what are the best ways for me to communicate with you. And then we'll wrap up with a Q&A and some reminders, like a little bit of homework. But, don't fret. It's all fun because it's getting y'all ready to go to this next step. So moving along. All right. So this was going to be like a fun introduction thing. But I see everybody has their cameras off. So it's okay. I can pivot. Okay. And so I just want y'all to take turns introducing yourselves. And so you can say your name, what high school you are about to graduate from, and what is your biggest pet peeve. And so it'll feel a little wonky on unmuting yourself and waiting, but we'll just go with the flow. It's not too many of us in here. And so if you see somebody else unmute, when you unmute, we'll just take turns introducing ourselves. And so who would like to get us started, kick us off? I'll start to give an example. My name is Jamesia, like I said, and my high school, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I went to a school called White Station. But if I had to choose a high school here, it wouldn't be in DeKalb. I'm sorry. I would have gone to Tri-Cities. I don't know why. Working with Posse, that was one of my favorite high schools to go to. And my biggest pet peeve is slow drivers. I hate slow drivers. Okay, Dastani, I see you've unmuted yourself. Go ahead.
I'm Dastani, and I graduated from Towers this year. And one of my biggest pet peeves is when people put their hand in my face or cut me off while I'm talking.
Ooh, I can see why. I can see why. Yeah, that's the danger zone.
Yeah.
Thank you. Who want to go next?
Okay, I go, but I need people to see my face because.
Yes, I love it. Good morning, Jemiah.
Good morning. Okay, I'm Jemiah. I go to McNair. What else I'm supposed to say?
What's your biggest pet peeve?
When people turn out in front of me and go real slow, and slow drivers, they really make me mad.
That's me.
Yeah,
that's me too, especially in
and
Atlanta.
this Bailey.
Oh, hello. Hey, girl. Look, we're getting you ready early to go to college. Thank you, Jemiah. All right, who else wants to go next?
I can go next.
Perfect.
My name is Janaya, and I'm graduating from Towers. And my biggest pet peeve is slow talkers.
Oh, Janaya, I've never heard somebody say slow talkers. It's always been fast talkers. So we'll get along because I talk really fast.
Yeah, like my math teacher, she's trying to teach us math. She's talking so slow for 90 minutes. Like, oh my God.
Ooh, just wait till you get to college, girl. Oh, I'm gonna apologize now for the professors. Thank you. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is India. I graduated from Towers, and I would say my biggest pet peeve is like outrageously loud people.
Oh, okay. Like at like a concert? Like, what do you mean? Like in what
Like,
set?
like people who just loud for no reason.
I feel you. I feel you. I'm gonna have to watch it because I'd be loud for no reason in you. But I feel that you don't want that. You don't want that much noise in your ear. I feel that. I feel that. Thank you. All right, who's gonna go next?
I go next.
Perfect.
So my name is Leon, and I'm the graduating on Howard, May 2021. You know how it is.
Yes.
And I think especially like, because you know I'm African, so I hate people just sending it. But we African, shit on my head, so I hate it.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you, Leon. Thank you. Who would like to go next? There's a handful of people left. Go ahead.
I'll go.
Perfect, Joy.
Okay, so my name is Joy. I'm graduating from Towers this year. And one of my pet peeves is being ignored when I know you can hear me.
Oh, yeah. I feel that. I feel that. People are like, huh? What? And you're like, I'm talking. You can hear. You're right here. Thank you. All right. Handful of more people. Go ahead. Unmute yourselves.
I'll go.
Perfect.
My name is Oscar. I'm graduating from Towers, and my biggest pet peeve is slow driving and people talking over me.
I feel that, Oscar. I feel that. Thank you. Slow drive. Me, you, and Jemiah. Slow drivers. I think there's a couple more people. There's 3 more people. Going once.
Do I count as one of those people?
Yes, go, Mr. A.
Y'all know me. I think I know just about everybody on the call. I'm Mr. A. I work with the students at Towers. So for the couple of folks from McNair, I may not have met you before, or it may have been a while since we talked. I graduated from a school up in DC called Bethesda Chevy Chase High School. I don't know what the equivalent is in Atlanta. I don't know if there's quite one, but anyways, my pet peeve is when people text in weird ways, not like emojis. Emojis are cool. Like I don't need full sentences, none of that. But I mean like, will respond to me like 4 days later when I texted them yesterday, or when I texted them 4 days ago, or will text me just, hey, Mr. A at the beginning, but then nothing after. I'm like, just tell me what you want. We can talk. I'm good. I got you. But just tell me what you need. Anyway, so texting, but I probably text weird too and don't respond in the right time frame. So people are probably always mad at me about it too.
Same. Same. It's like texting. Anybody else want to go before we move along?
Oh, I didn't say my school. All these people go to Towers. I go to McNair.
Okay.
I just go to school because I ain't say my school.
Represent. We need some more McNair people in here, but it's all good. It's all good. Cool. And then we had somebody just join us. Welcome. We were just introducing ourselves, naming our high schools, and if you have a pet peeve. So yeah, feel free. Go ahead. I see you.
Thank you. Sorry for being late. My name is Evan Rogers. I go to Palo Verde High School. My pet peeve would have to be, that's a good question. I would say irresponsible people. That's what I can come up with.
Oh, look at you. You're responsible.
Try to be.
Yeah, I love it. Just wait till you start college. You're like, why are people just doing these dumb things? But cool. Thanks, y'all. And so for those of you who are on mute, I hope you find the courage to unmute one of these days, but we're working on it. But I really appreciate all of y'all introducing yourselves. And yeah, I'm excited to learn more about you. Pet peeves I feel are important because it's like I don't want to be doing something, or your peers don't want to be doing something that's getting on your nerves, and you're sitting there like, I just cannot listen to this woman talk. So perfect. Moving along. So the Collegians program, basically
Excuse me.
yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to go.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just didn't know when to jump in, but my name is Amari. I'm graduating from Towers, and my pet peeve is being lied to.
Ooh, yeah, that's danger zone. Amari, that is danger zone. So look, if I'm gonna just make sure I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all all the time, all the time. Look, I don't want to step on that toe. Thank you. Anybody else? Alrighty then. So yes, the Collegians program, we are about 100% support. We honestly believe that the more support you have, the more successful you will be. And that's support from not only us, but the people that you're going to be paying to go to their college or their university, your family, your friends, each other. Support. As long as you have somebody and you feel like somebody is there, like you can do it. I feel with support, I mean, thinking about like sports, thinking about how you get through school, thinking about just anything that you can achieve and do in life. Nobody is really doing anything completely on their own. Now, if they are, siloed and they're just making it, look, power to them. But not that many people have made it to where they are or achieved the accomplishments that they have on their own. And that is what we're here for, to keep pushing you and making sure that you know that you have somebody that's behind you. And so with the Collegians program, how we break it down is we support in these 4 areas. Well, we label these 4 areas, but we support the student holistically, all of our students, Collegians, holistically. Now, sometimes there are some things that come along that are out of our realm of expertise, but what we know how to do is phone a friend and tap people in the community that we know can help students with whatever it is that you need. And so we break it down into these 4 areas: the enrollment support, financial support, academic, and social support. And so enrollment, thinking about registering for classes and staying on track with your credits and everything of that nature. Financial, we help people with your FAFSA. So I know that Mr. A and Dr. Sheffield have had some probably very long, in-depth meetings with you and your family members about filling out that FAFSA. That's a piece of support that continues. Academic support, tutoring. And so we do have volunteers that work with the Collegians program that offer their services to, or their expertise, because most of them have full-time jobs doing, like, they're like astronauts. They do really remarkable work and really have super cool jobs, but they volunteer and take the time out to tutor students in calculus, statistics, English, things of that nature. And so, but to be honest, the Collegians program, it's about a little over 100 students, and our volunteer pool is about this big, but we are working on it and getting more people. And so it's also my responsibility, and something that I make sure that to do is help connect you with the resources that you already have on campus. And so I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yes, so tutoring, but then also helping connect you to what you already pay for that's on your campus. And then social. So leadership development, which is my favorite, getting involved, making sure that you have multiple internships before you graduate, and things of that nature. And so these are the 4 pillars that we like to pull out as far as the lanes of support we offer. And we'll get into it a little bit later on. But with the Collegians program, we like to give you all some autonomy. You are at this, I'm an adult, but not really an adult phase. And I want to make all the decisions for myself. And I don't want nobody telling me what to do. And that's completely fine, because I don't want to tell you what to do. Because if I tell you the wrong thing, you're going to be like, Miss Tunisia, you told me to do this. And now look. And so you get to choose which lane of support that you want. And we will strictly talk about that, but I'm sure that other things are going to trickle into our conversations, and that is completely fine. But I want to make sure that you know that you have the autonomy to mold this experience as to what you want, because all I want for you is to reach out and talk to me and get the support that you need. Like I said, if I can't help you, Mr. A can't help, Dr. Sheffield can't help, Miss Joanne, who's another one of our team members, can't help, then we'll reach out, tap people in the community that we know that can help you. And so yes, you see these 4 pillars, but again, like I said, we support the holistic student. So this past year, with everything that was happening with COVID-19, we were able to support students with giving money for like groceries or helping their family and things out, like on bills. We've also helped students, do loaner programs as far as like laptops or giving books. We want to make sure that you have whatever it is that you need to feel successful. Something this year that I, would talk to the collegians in the meetings, and I'm like, how are you keeping track of like everything you got to do? You're missing classes. You're missing why? Why? Well, because I'm putting everything in my phone. And I'm like, what? And so it was a matter of me sending out planners to a couple collegians to write down what it is that they need. And so whatever it is that you need, if we can make it happen, we're going to make it happen. And like I said, if we can't make it happen, then we're going to figure out who are those people that support College Aim and love College Aim students that can make it happen for you. And so remember, the Collegians program is about support. And it is from orientation all the way through to you graduate. So I pray that I'm living to see y'all graduate. And wait, what class of y'all? What class are y'all?
2021.
What?
No, like your college class.
The freshman?
2025.
Oh my Lord. Yes, we will be here. We will be here. We all survived 2020. So we will be here to see y'all walk that walk across the stage in 2025 at your respective institutions. And so, like I said, we're here from I put orientation, but we're really here from now. I only put orientation because it rhymes with graduation. And that and that's truly your first start to, once you go to your college orientation, that's your like, okay, I'm locked in and I'm more than likely going to go to this institution. And so we're supporting you throughout that. And so with the support, you're probably like, okay, like, all right, I want help. I want to talk. Like, I want to be your friend. Like, cool. And so the way that we structure meeting with collegians, or the way that I structure meeting with collegians, because I'll be honest, I meet with all of you, plus we have about 40 first-year students and we have about 25 second-year students. And I meet with everybody, which I'm always so excited to do, but there's only one me and there's only so much time in a day. And so we will schedule meetings. And so you get to choose if you want to meet monthly or you want to meet bi-monthly. And so bi-monthly every other month. And so being honest, everybody usually meets monthly. And so they're just like, all right, Miss Janice, I'm just going to talk. And then there might be a month that we're texting or we're on the phone. And they're like, everything is everything. I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. We'll touch base more in depth the next month. And that's just how the call goes. But we've seen with the collegians, those that keep touching base from just my one semester of seeing students from orientation through to graduation, those students that touch base consistently, they're talking about what it is that they need. They have me as an accountability partner. They are pretty successful. They achieve whatever that goal is that they had to achieve. They persevered through that chemistry course, although I'm not able to help them, but I'm able to figure out who it is on campus that can help them. And so we're talking about all of these things monthly, just because everybody needs that layer of support and that layer of accountability. So you get to choose. And these meetings will go from orientation to graduation. Just kidding. But in your first year, it's definitely important for us to meet every month or every other month. Then in your second year, we kind of mold that to what it is that you need. In your junior and senior year, that'll look a little different because you'll have some footing and you'll be out here like doing the college thing. But that's something that we'll talk about a little bit later on down the line. But as a collegian, it is mandatory for everybody to meet at least once at the end of each semester so that we can go over your transcripts, look at your credits, look at your financial balance, all of your statements and everything to make sure that you are on track towards graduation. Because there's so many little nuanced things that I know I didn't understand while I was in college. My mom didn't understand. Sometimes I still don't understand now. And I've worked at 3 different colleges and universities, and I went to college, got my master's, and some stuff I'm just like, wait, what is that? Like, help me. And so we want to make sure that we're not having those moments happen, these what is that moments a little bit too late down the line. And so having us here to continue to meet with you, or you see something, you're asking questions, like we're pointing these things out, we're advocating for you. There have been times that I've had to call an academic advisor and be like, hey, you've been avoiding my student and it's starting to show up in their grades and everything. Like, what can we do to make sure that we have some consistency between my student meeting with you? And so we're here to do whatever that looks like, just to see you succeed. And so you get to choose, and we'll talk about that a little bit in our individual meetings. So moving along, like I said, I'm not here to baby you. So if you feel like I'm be babysitting, I'm all up in your business asking you, nope, nope. I got a baby, my dog, he's asleep. That's the only person. But we want to see you win. We are here to see you win. We are here to see you graduate. We are here to see you happy. We are here to see you confident. We are here to see you succeed. And so if any point you feel like we are getting off track of that goal of support and to seeing you succeed, I need you to, pull me to the side. Well, call me or text me because we're virtual and be like, Mr. Micio, we are getting off track. And I will gladly reset us to where we need to be. So some of the perks of being a collegian support, again, peer and professional connections. So like I said, College AIM, we're definitely about the individual support. And so you meeting one-on-one with myself, and right now I'm still with Mr. A and Dr. Sheffield. But then also this peer component. I want y'all to be able to create a community of collegians, because y'all are going to so many different schools all across the globe, and y'all are gonna do remarkable things on these campuses. And so when you all know that, like, hey, I'm not the only person, like I'm adding to something that's bigger than myself, that does something to your confidence, that does something to your self-esteem. And professional connections. We are growing College AIM. We have a remarkable board members who are doing amazing things here in Atlanta. We have volunteers, people that come from all across the nation that want to help out with working with collegians. Like right now we have a partnership with SAP. I don't know what it stands for, but if you saw the logo, you will probably know who it was. But they want to talk with collegians, mentor collegians. And so having these professional connections under your belt move you a little bit further along than, the student that doesn't have College AIM. Scholarship opportunities. So from us, yes, there are sometimes that we're able to offer a little cash or some presents or gifts. But then also I'm doing my part over here, and I'm plugged in with other people who give out scholarships. And so I'll be letting you all know about what scholarships are available. And at the end of the presentation, there is a scholarship right now specifically for Georgia students that's available. Career exploration and guidance. We want to make sure that, like, you're going through college, you're making the good grades, but you're ultimately going to get a job, and a job that you want and a job that you like. For example, we're hosting a resume workshop next week for some students, and we're bringing in an expert resume writer. And so depending on if the slots don't fill up, I'm probably going to invite y'all to, get some resume help. It's on a Wednesday too. And then Collegian highlights. We love like to talk and hype up our collegians and everything that you're doing. You probably already been highlighted now in your high school years, but those will continue. And we put it in our newsletter, and it goes out to hundreds and hundreds of people across Atlanta, but then across the US. And so when people see that, they're like, oh, look, I want to help Janiyah out. Like, Janiyah is interested in what? Like, let me help her. Like, tell her to call me. And so we want to make sure that y'all are feeling uplifted, and we're putting y'all out there and not just keeping all of y'all's goodness to ourselves. So moving along, and I think this is finally when I can stop talking. So this is a group agreements assignment, but like I said, it'll speak to us in this group setting, but then also me and you individually, okay? And so I want y'all you can either do this silently, or if you want to, talk amongst the group, that's completely fine with me. But these are the questions, and I want you to reflect on them and answer them a little bit. So what do you expect to learn from this program? So College 101. What do you expect from the facilitator? That's myself. In College AIM. We'll might have some guest facilitators, but yeah. But what do you expect from me being the facilitator of this program? And then what do you expect from your peers in this program? So what do you expect from each other? Because like I said, On Wednesdays, third Wednesdays, we'll be all together. And then the other times, it'll just be me and you. So take a couple minutes to think about these questions and write a couple remarks down for each. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. So it's 10:34 now. And so I'm going to give about five-ish minutes for y'all to write a couple answers down to this. Does anybody have any questions? Is anything unclear? All right, cool. I'm not going to try to play my music because I don't think it was good, but I'll just give some silence because I've been talking a lot. So, but if you have any questions or need anything, feel free to write in the chat. Hey, James. I think that's James. Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry I saw your email so late. But we're just answering these questions in regards to like how we want to function like as a group. What is it that y'all expect from me as a facilitator, and what is it that y'all will expect from each other with the College 101 programming? Okay.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. So take about 2-ish more minutes to finalize those thoughts, and then we'll come back to a larger group and share out a few things. But I want you to hold on to this so we can talk about it in our one-on-one meetings. All right, start wrapping it up.
Do we get to answer the question out loud?
We will, like, if you want to share out some of your answers, yep, that's what we're about to do now. And I know if you're wrapping up, then everybody else should be too. So to the first question, anybody got any thoughts? What do you expect to learn from this program? So College 101, what do you expect to learn, or the Collegian's program in general? Anybody want to share?
Go.
Did you say no?
I said I can go.
Oh, I was like, okay, go ahead.
I said I expect to learn how to navigate my way through college and how to become successful throughout my years at the campus.
Okay, that's big stuff. That's big stuff. I might have to go back to school for that, but no, yeah, we'll learn those things. We'll talk about those things. Thank you. Anybody have something different?
Being able to like have a conversation with the professor and just better like understanding how classes work, whether they're big or small, and how to go around campus as well.
Yes, yes. Thank you, James. I love that. I have a thing for later on, like a mock email professor conversation, and a mock like office hours conversation with the professor for us to like go through, because that's real. That's really real. Thank you for bringing that up. Anything else? What do you expect to learn from this program?
I mean, I have the same thing that the both said, but me, I just got one thing extra. It's about college, just to learn about college. Freshman, just to learn about how freshman life works in college.
Yes, yes. I've been meeting with current first year students, and I'm like, I think they're gonna want to hear from y'all, because it's been a minute since I've been a freshman in college. Like, I think they're gonna want to hear. So we'll definitely have an opportunity for y'all to connect with some first years, but then also for us to talk about what we think freshman year is gonna be like, but then us digging deep to talk about what is freshman year really gonna be like. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Cool. Thank you for that. Anything else? Cool. So hold on to those for sure. Moving on to the next one. What do you expect from the facilitator in College AIM? So what do you expect from me and like College AIM in general with this program, with College 101?
I can go 1st. All right, so like I know but college ain't be helping us, like it's a very good program, right? But what I'm expecting from you exactly is like to give us your honest opinion, tell us if this gonna be possible, if it's not gonna be possible. For me, I just need your honest opinion. Tell us what's gonna be right. That's what I expect from you. But I know you're gonna be honest with us though.
Yep. Yes, we will definitely be honest. Thank you for that. That's something that's important, and in balancing honesty with belief in you, because there are some things that we're like, you can make it happen, but just because we believe that you can make it happen doesn't necessarily mean that you believe, and vice versa. Like, you believe it, but I might be like, okay, where are we gonna get this $20,000 from? Like, but yeah. So that's definitely something that we'll work on and flush out in our individual relationships, Leon. Anybody else has any expectations for the facilitator and College AIM in general with this program?
Yes.
Yes, Dastani.
For you to be like understanding towards situations. Because Mr. A does that. He's very understanding.
Yes, yes. Definitely will be understanding and know that all of y'all are different and on different journeys, different paths, have different goals. And so it's not a one size fits all approach. And so understanding that I got to meet y'all individually where you're at. I use Ebonics in like English. So sorry. Anything else before we move on to the last question? Okay, last question. Well, what do you expect from your peers, each other? So thinking about that, we'll be in this group setting. What do you expect from each other?
I can go first again.
Okay.
Well, for me, I think most of us on the call, if not all of us, we about to graduate from high school and then we about to go to college. We about to be freshmen. So what I expect from my peers is just teamwork. Just understand each other and like because obviously we have not been to college, so maybe we can learn from each other. So that's what I really expect from my peers, like learning from each other and understanding each other and helping us out. That's what I think.
I like that. I like that. Being a team. They didn't send one man to the moon by themselves. So look, y'all a group. Yes. And y'all might be going to the same schools. But we'll talk about that a little later. Anything else from what do you expect from each other? Cool.
Like collaboration within each other. I know that I know like within this whole group that people go to different schools, so it's not like we all know each other, but it's nice to get to know each other because we might have the same passion or same idea, and if we share them together, it will be very nice.
Yes. I like that. I like collaboration. Being able to collaborate is actually one of the skills, the top skills that employers, colleges, jobs, anybody look for in people, to know how to collaborate and work with other people that might be different from you or might be the same as you or that you might not even like. So I love that. And then too, with that, collaboration and networking with each other, you'd be surprised the power of connection that you have laterally. Because most times people are trying to network and they want to go up. They want to go talk to the CEO. They want to go, but your network laterally with the people, like it's just as much, if not more valuable. So cool. I typed some of these things out, and we'll keep these conversations going individually, but then also like collectively as a group. And so keep these little notes or keep these little thoughts, all the things. But thanks y'all for sharing. Thanks. So this next one will, oh wait. Oh, I didn't keep it in there, but it's fine. So communication. We are wrapping it up, y'all. So ways to reach me. So the best way is my email. But if not, you can text me on my cell phone. And so you should take a picture if you can of this slide. So the best way is my email. That's my email, jamesia.terry@collegeaim.org. And that is my personal cell phone number. And I put that it's an okay way. I was talking to Asia yesterday. And I was like, my cell phone is like my personal cell phone, my work cell phone. And I have a lot of text messages. And so sometimes, Fashion Nova just loves to send things out and everything just kind of gets muddled. But if you send me an email, I know for sure that gets a separate notification. And so, but whatever floats your boat, whatever fancies you, if you're like, Jamesia, text me back. This is urgent. Like I'll know not to let it get lost. But this is my contact information. And the worst way is that you're like, oh, I was thinking about calling you, but I just didn't do it. That's the worst way. And so I am on call or at your service Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. Well, really like 8:30 a.m. until 5 or 4:30ish. Okay. But I understand y'all have needs after hours and things of that nature. So if it's an emergency, text me after hours. I will respond. But if it's not an emergency and it's just like, how do I do this? Then I'll see it and I'll probably respond to you the next morning at 7:30 when I'm walking the dog. So yes, keep that in mind. And if you text after 8, I probably won't see it at all because that's when I kind of just unplug and I'm watching The Chi or All American. So yeah. But this is my contact information. And so if you need me, please don't hesitate to reach out. You still have Dr. A. Yes, we're speaking into existence, Sam. Dr. A.
It's not happening, but I appreciate it.
Mr. A and Dr. Sheffield in your support bag as well. And so feel free to reach out to them too, because there are still some things that they need to wrap up with you all. But I am happy to work with you all and to support you. So feel free to reach out. Just want to put that information out there. And so at the end of this meeting, I'm going to send out the new Collegians information sheet to those of you who I haven't talked with, and we'll be setting up meetings to chat. And so those of you who I've already talked to, they've already filled out the form and they've talked about how they want to meet, when they want to meet. And so we'll be able to go ahead and start our rolling monthly or bi-monthly meetings. And so some of you are new faces, which I am so excited to see. And I'm going to go ahead and loop y'all in that information so we can start our meetings as well, and chatting about everything life as well. And so take a picture of this, lock my number in, save it. It should never change. Fingers crossed. And then, yeah, and that's my email address as well. And then, so for next time, so I put a little Black History Month thing up here because it's Black History Month. We haven't talked about it with anybody because I've been home with my dog, but it's okay. For next time, explore your student accounts. So I know that a lot of you all have several acceptances and several options that you are weighing right now at the moment, which is great. It is fantastic. That is awesome. But they probably sent you like login information for each of these schools and like, hey, here's your email for this school. And they'll send you this even if you choose not to go forth with the school. And so either choose the one that you are leaning more towards or choose all of them and explore these student accounts. Use those, use that student ID number, that login number to start logging in and to see what it is that they have on your checklist and they're asking you to do. So explore them. You might feel the initiative to go ahead and do some things on your own, which is great because some of you probably already started exploring them too, which is also great. But if you haven't, start to explore them. Then the next thing I want you to do before the next time that we chat is to find your school's list of dates and deadlines. Most times the dates and deadlines things will exist, or the new student dates and deadlines checklist will exist under admissions or under orientation, or maybe under the registrar, but you'll have to do some digging, and I'm happy to help to find that list of dates and deadlines because we want to know what your schools are asking for and when they're asking for things by. Like I said, you probably already done this before because y'all are like super and y'all are on a call on a Wednesday morning when you're out of school. So you probably already done these things. But if you haven't, go ahead and find that. And I want you to save that, take a screenshot of it or save it to your computer so that you have these things so that you're not missing any dates and deadlines. And so you can make the best decision for yourself with weeding through the options. Or if you've already you have your decision, then you like, boom, like, all right, I know what I need to do when I need to do it. And we'll work through that list together individually. And then there'll also be some things that we talk about collectively, but more so we'll work through that individually. And then the scholarship opportunity that came across my radar was from the Made a Difference Foundation. And it's a foundation here in Georgia. And they have a scholarship specifically for Georgia students. And so here is the link to it. I'm going to send an email out a little bit later on this afternoon with this information as well, but take a picture of this. The scholarship is due March 8th this year, 21. And it's specifically for Georgia students. So go through, read the criteria, see if it's feasible for you to complete, to achieve by this deadline and get that money. Because I feel like the the smallest scholarship amount is like $1,000, but they're giving anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000. So put your name in the hat. You never know what may happen. And so that brings me to the end. Thanks. I've been talking a lot. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to open up the floor or the room for anybody got any questions or anything that you just want to be like, all right, I want to put this in the air in the room. Nope, going once. Going twice. So I have everybody's information. I'll send a follow-up email. Oh, one thing I forgot in the communications, but I'll add this to the email. Follow us on Instagram at College Aim Collegians. So follow us. I'm trying to get active. Maybe one of y'all can help me with the social media. Thanks, Mr. A. Maybe one of y'all can help me with the social media accounts. But follow us at College Aim Collegians. We are growing our social network footprint. As well as you got a text message from, I forgot my text magic number, but I sent the text yesterday, the 833, one of the 833 numbers. And so you probably still get text messages from Mr. A and Dr. Sheffield from that too. So just save all of our text magic numbers, because I will send texts through there when I want to send a text to everybody at once. I'll send text through Text Magic, but then I'll also text individually from my phone now that I have y'all's phone numbers, and I'll also email. So just save all of those means of communications, because I'm gonna be coming at you, because I don't want you to be like, Shamisi wasn't thinking about me. I was. So save all of those things to communicate, and I'll be following up and reaching out to all of you all this afternoon. So if we've already met for this month, we'll be planning our next meeting for March. And if we haven't, then we'll be touching base or figuring out when we can touch base either this month or in March. So if there are not any questions, Mr. A, do you have anything?
Nope, nothing on my end. Just glad that everyone's here, and glad that y'all are starting the Collegians program.
Yay, me too. So our next session, I should know this on top of my head. I believe it's March 17th. Yes, it's March 17th. It's our next session, and it'll be 10 a.m. And it'll be the same link to register. If you have any friends that you know they're in the College Aim program, send them the link and be like, hey, you need to slide with me. You need to come. And then for next week, we'll be going a little bit more in depth with talking about transition pieces. And so, yes, I'm excited about that. But thanks y'all for joining. I hope that y'all enjoyed this Wednesday. It's cold, but it's sunny. So
I realized I had one more thing, Mr. Jamicia.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Everybody, next time be ready to be on screen. Y'all gotta get to know each other. I saw like 2 faces.
Yes.
You got the warning now.
I agree. Cause then I want to take a picture too, so we can all, you might get a little College Aim care package with a t-shirt, and that way we can all take a picture together and put it somewhere fancy. But yes,
y'all can send a t-shirt. If y'all send it, then we can turn our cameras on.
Oh, you know what?
I think you might have to put your cameras on first to show that you deserve it.
I agree. But yes, yes. Please. It'll definitely make the experience better. But all right, y'all, I will be touching base soon. But if you need anything from me in the meantime, you have my communication information. So just reach out and let me know. But y'all enjoy, take care, and be safe.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Y'all too.
Have a good one.
You too.